Before I let you go, I have to ask this too. With the YouTubers coming into boxing, and I ask this because I think a lot of people think of the YouTubers in a very lighthearted and comedic way, and they kind of give them the ticket of like, oh well, they're YouTubers, they'll do what they do and they're promoting them. But in plenty of interviews, I've heard you say boxing is your life. And this is your livelihood and the livelihood of your family. It means a lot. And I understand that. I mean, I can totally picture, this is your career. How do you feel about YouTubers that are coming in like Jake Paul, coming in, taking the spotlight, and they're headlining and they don't wear headgear and they're considered professional fighters?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think there's positives and negatives from the whole
Yep.
thing. Um, they do bring a lot of eyeballs to the sport, and hopefully those people that tune in then continue to follow boxing, and the sport grows as a whole. But yeah, on the other hand, I know that they have sort of made their name outside of boxing and deserve respect for that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it is a little bit frustrating that guys like myself and other fighters that have given their life to this sport and made so many sacrifices and trained so hard for so many years, make like a maybe 1/10 of what these guys make from in their fights, or not even that. So it's a little bit frustrating that some of these guys can come and have like what is basically a little exhibition and not really put themselves at risk, but walk away with a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I will say that Jake Paul he seems to be taking this sport serious, and he wants real fights, and seems to be training very hard and sort of taking this sport very seriously, and not just trying to come in here and steal people's money and put on a fight that he's guaranteed to win. He's taking tests and calling out all the biggest names, which I'll give him credit. If he actually wants to fight these guys, that he's got a ton of heart, and yeah, he seems to be taking the sport seriously and not making a joke of it. So I respect that.
I've been watching that. I like it that he's fighting ex guys, and he's fighting UFC guys that are not boxers. I'm waiting for him to fight. I don't even care if it's a boxer that's retired and came out of retirement. They say Andrew Ward. They say Ward got something because you know what? This guy thinks he's all that. I'll come out of retirement and fight him. That'll be a different story when he actually fights a boxer, not a UFC fighter, not someone who wrestles, but someone, like you said, dedicated his life to be a boxer. And he meets somebody that knows how to throw a faster jab, knows what's coming, knows how to move, knows how to avoid everything. Then we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. So far they have sort of picked their fights quite smart, and he's fought UFC fighters that, especially his last one, that Askren was known as not a very good striker.
Yeah.
So they have been smart about it. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be interesting when he steps in the ring with a true boxer that has, dedicated their life to this sport and learnt the craft properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fight.
Breaking news.
This is the guy that's going to give him the biggest fight.
And then guess what?
Fox.
Fight. Fight.